Let's talk about everything Friday the 13th. Please leave a like if you want me to take this ridiculous mask off while the intro plays. To be entered to win this CGC 9.8 Darth Vader number 3, the first appearance of Dr. Aphra, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, comment and like in any of my videos. Good luck, everyone. How's it going, everybody? My name's Jordan and welcome to Basement Collectibles. And if you like Friday the 13th, comics, toys, movies, and arcades, please consider subscribing for more great content. So when I was finally able to watch a Friday the 13th movie, I was in grade 7 and my father took me to the rental store, and you would think I would pick up Friday the 13th 1 because I haven't seen any of the movies, but no, I went right to Jason Takes Manhattan because I really liked the VHS cover art. So we got home and I was really excited to watch it. My dad went downstairs to the kitchen and started making French fries. So I put it on, and of course the first 10 minutes it's a sex scene, so that was interesting watching it with my dad when I was in grade 7. But after that, I remember the plate of French fries was beside me, but I didn't want to eat them because I thought I'd be too scared and choke on the fries. I don't think my dad has ever watched a Friday the 13th movie because after the movie he definitely wasn't going to be renting me another one of these titles, but I'm glad I got to watch it. I wasn't too scared after all. There was some pretty gruesome kills in it, don't get me wrong, and I don't believe at that time I was watching too many movies with people getting stabbed to death and that, but I really liked the look of Jason. I liked the idea of it. The boy, drowning in the lake and that too, because they showed a couple clips of that. So I was really excited to finally watch the first movie. I finally got a chance to watch Friday the 13th Part 1 a year later for my birthday. My Nana took me out to have lunch and to the mall, and I went to a record store and I asked if I could buy this VHS tape of Friday the 13th. She had no idea what it was, so she said, of course, happy birthday, and I was happy and it made her happy, so it was a win-win. And to my surprise, and spoiler if you haven't seen Friday the 13th Part 1, of course, Jason's mom ends up being the killer in it, and it was really cool to see at the end a young Jason pop out of the water and bring Alice down into the lake. So I was really intrigued to start watching the next 6 movies. So I started saving up all my money so I could start buying the VHS copies of each Friday the 13th movie, which at the time still cost about $25 to $35. Some of them I had to get them ordered, so the record store would call me like about a month later to say that the 4th copy is in for me. So I went to go pick it up and I started watching them one by one. I remember at sleepovers, I'd always bring a Friday the 13th movie out to watch, and watching my friends' reactions that haven't watched any horror movies at all. But there's a lot of comedy to these movies and the over-the-top kills, so everybody got over it pretty quick, but it was pretty funny watching the reactions. My favorite Jason has to be Kane Hodder, and I was able to meet Kane Hodder at a 2004 convention. And the autograph is right here, as you can see. And I also was able to meet Tom Savini, which did the special effects in Friday the 13th. And at this convention, they didn't charge me anything for each autograph, which was fantastic because you definitely don't get to see that in today's conventions. So it was a fantastic convention, and I'll talk about this movie poster in a later video. But if I also have the picture of Kane Hodder and I'll post it right now. If it's not up right now, then obviously I wasn't able to find it, but it was awesome meeting these two guys, especially being a huge fan of Friday the 13th. I was also able to meet the director of Friday the 13th, Sean S. Cunningham, and here's the autograph here. Sorry about the glare. And I had my wife with me at that expo, and he just randomly flipped it over and wrote, "Jordan, listen to Amanda, she's always right, Sean." And then in quotes, "Yes, dear." So that was really neat. We got to talk to him a bit longer, and really nice gentleman. I collected the figures of Friday the 13th, so I had the 7-inch, I believe it was the NECA Movie Maniacs figure I had on my wall with, of course, Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger, and then I moved up to the 18-inch NECA figure that I talked about in a previous video that I had on my bookshelf in my parents' basement for quite a while. I enjoyed all the movie posters so much from the VHS copies that I started buying the movie posters, the original movie posters, when I was in college. So when I found out about eBay, I bought Friday the 13th, which unfortunately the first one was a reproduction, but I was able to get the 2nd poster, the 3rd poster, the 4th poster, the 5th poster, and the 6th as the original posters. They had the creases on the poster because they used to fold the movie posters back in the day rather than roll them up that you see them now. And then part 7 and part 8 were reproductions, and part 9 and 10 were original movie posters as well. And I had them in my parents' basement They had a large wall, and I was able to get every single movie poster across the wall. And surprisingly, girls and my friends actually wanted to hang out with me in my basement. Besides all the movies, I started collecting the comic books of Friday the 13th, so I have a few more still put away in the storage room. But I remember with this book, and there was also Jason versus Leatherface, which has actually gone up in price as well, but it was just really neat to see Jason in comic book form. Being a huge movie fan, I really enjoy all the behind the scenes stuff and special features. So when DVDs started coming out with special features, I'd always watch that almost first because I've already seen the movies 100 times, and obviously the commentary stuff. But when this book came out for Friday the 13th, this is the Crystal Lake Memories, the complete history of Friday the 13th. I was so excited for it. Great coffee table book. It just goes through everything. Again, all the special features, all the interesting facts about each movie. So if you haven't heard of this book, definitely check it out if you're a Friday the 13th fan. And if you don't feel like reading, they also made a format in Blu-ray about this book with all the interviews and everything else. So check that out. It's a 2-disc set. I don't have it with me. My buddy's borrowing it right now, but definitely check it out if you enjoy this type of stuff. So even though I appreciate every Friday the 13th movie, my best to worst besides Friday the 13th Part 1 has to be Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D, Part 2, Part 4, The Final Chapter, Part 7, A New Beginning, Part 6, Jason Lives, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, Part 5, Jason Goes to Hell, and the last one has to go to Jason 10. There are so many great kills in the Friday the 13th movies, but the one that always seems to stand out for me has to be the sleeping bag kill, where the lady's in the sleeping bag and Jason grabs the sleeping bag with her in it. He drags her out of the tent and he winds up and hits her up against a tree. It only showed it pretty quick on the original cut, but on the cutting room floor, it shows that Jason just does it about 4 or 5 times up against that tree. So it would have been really cool if they had been able to leave that cut part scene in. It's really interesting to note as well how many scenes they had to cut to keep an R rating. It's too bad Paramount weren't able to keep the film in their vault and not destroy it so they could come out now with all these uncut movies. But it's nice that they're able to find a few to add to certain movies. But I remember searching the internet years ago, hoping to find obviously uncut footage of Friday the 13th death scenes. The best looking Jason has to be from Part 7 for me. Just all the deterioration from his body, from the axe wound, from just the side of his face, the mask deteriorating a little bit, from showing a spinal cord on the back. Just making him more like a zombie throughout all the years. Do you remember the Friday the 13th NES game? Awesome looking cover, really excited to play it. One of my friends had it, got to his house, started playing it, couldn't find Jason, going around, throwing stuff, trying to go to each cabin, finally getting to Jason. Jason would take off. We spent more time going to cabin, the alarms going off, and I just remember I was like, this is not what I was hoping for a Friday the 13th game. There hasn't been much going on for the Friday the 13th franchise. I'm sure most of you know, but there's a lawsuit going on for the rights of Jason. I really hope they settle it soon. They mentioned there was going to be a TV show at one point. There's also going to be a reboot again of the first one. I just really hope they make another Jason movie, and then hopefully one day they make a Friday the 13th movie in the wintertime, and they always have to keep with the camp style setting in the forest. It's not a Jason movie unless it's in a camp type forest setting. So hopefully they'll get that done soon, because I'm really looking forward to another movie. Appreciate that you're still watching, and also to note, every Friday the 13th, especially on iTunes, the 8 movie set bundle goes for really cheap. So I think last Friday the 13th I was able to buy it for under $10. So I'm posting this on Friday the 13th. So if you're watching this, definitely check out iTunes. If you haven't been able to own any of these movies and you really like to, pick up the bundle pack for cheap. I always wanted to go to New Jersey and check out the filming locations for Friday the 13th. At the time, and it still is, it's a boys' summer camp. They did not want any people coming over and checking out their cabins and that. There's a lot of no trespassing going on, but now they've finally come out with tours, and I'll leave the information down below in the description of tours that you can actually go on, and they'll take you to the cabins. You can even buy bottled sand from their beaches too that says Friday the 13th on it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video of how much I really enjoy the Friday the 13th movies. I think, you know what I mean, it's just campy horror movie. You can't take it too seriously. Really enjoy the comedy, the nudity, and the horror involved in this. And because I'm an 80s kid, of course, I still enjoy A Nightmare on Elm Street, Michael Myers, and all the other 80 horror movies. So please let me know in the comments below who's your favorite horror icon from the 80s, 90s, or the 2000s. Also, please let me know which Jason is your favorite, and also which movie is your favorite out of the Friday the 13th collection. And of course, which is your favorite Jason. If you're new here, please like and comment and hopefully subscribe on your way out. And I appreciate again everybody for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.